Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of PPC in the Trenches. I'm here again with my co-host Frances Suarez. How are you this week? Feeling good?
I'm good. Yeah,
Cool.
there's just a
Amazing.
little bit of like a cough and flu around here in my
Yeah.
area, but so far I'm good. So
Yeah,
yeah,
cool. And I wanted to let the listeners know how I'm grateful that you helped my team with the communication stuff, So
thank
pumped. So that was really good.
you're
I can see
welcome.
the difference already. It's good. And yeah, so how's your capacity these days if someone wanted to use you? Can you take on one or two
Yeah,
accounts? Anyone
definitely
interested?
open for opportunities right now. So yeah, happy to like, you know, take
Have
on new
conversations?
clients and yeah,
Yep.
talk about it if they're
Yeah.
interested, of course.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we're getting more organized now with our little podcast and, sharing it on
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn and everything. So, yeah, so hopefully something comes our way. All right, cool. So this week in using PPC, do you want to kick off with the items that you had on your list?
Yeah, sure. Well, first one on my list
Mm-hmm.
is all right. Yeah, with regard to the Shopify, there's been an issue on Shopify. I think it's just for a
Yep.
day where some products got disapproved. A lot of products got disapproved. I personally did not experience that, but I know a couple of colleagues who had a bad day because they need to like resubmit everything for approval.
Happened to
But
us.
did
Yeah.
really like with
Yeah.
all of your clients?
Nah, with the clothesline
Interesting.
store, it happened for a day, and we were
Hmm.
working through that. We worked that out straight away, but it was we didn't even know why it happened. So and then we saw
Hmm.
on LinkedIn that it was happening to everyone, and it was okay. Then
Yeah. Did
yeah,
you find out on the same day? Because
yeah,
when I found out, it was just shared to me like in the
yeah,
afternoon. I was like, should I tell Jeremy and the team? But it's
yeah.
already afternoon, so I feel like you've already picked it up. So,
It was in the afternoon, and we picked it up by chance. Like we weren't
okay.
looking for it. We picked it by chance. The performance was still okay that day, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was lucky that we did see it. I guess shows the client that we're attentive, kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
that's
good.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. So that was
And
that.
are all of those ads like okay now for
Yeah,
you?
straight away the next day. I think
Oh,
we
nice.
resubmitted, and it was more like the products wasn't allowed to go into it. Yeah, like
Mm,
wasn't allowed or like
I
wasn't
see.
approved on the GMC. So it was
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
missing items. Yeah, missing products at that
Yeah,
time.
true.
Yeah,
Okay,
cool.
nice.
And the next one is your test, the AI Max on brand search campaigns.
Yeah. So just getting back to this because we briefly touched on it like
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks or like a week ago, like I don't
Yep.
know, just a couple of weeks ago, and just providing updates on
Yep.
I am at with the testing. So it's been over 30 days for me. So
Mm-hmm.
for context, for those people who's just listening now and don't have like an idea what we tested, is that I turned on AI Max on the brand search campaign as
Mm-hmm.
suggested by the Google representative or
Mm-hmm.
support.
Yep.
And then I also turned on the final URL customization
Yep.
and also brand inclusion. But with that final URL customization and the text customization and everything, I was handed over like a sort of a document, 5 pages,
That's
six
right.
pages
I remember
document.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how to
Yeah,
do it
with
properly.
with
Yeah.
all the
Mm.
guardrail, what
Yes.
not to include,
Yep.
etc. So
Mm-hmm.
that was, I think that was just a little over 2 weeks now. That turning
Mm.
on that
Mm-hmm.
customization, but the
Yep.
testing the AI Max has been
Yep.
like 30 days now. So
Yep. Okay.
results, honestly, there has been like no dramatic improvement in the conversion. We've seen revenue
Yep.
lifted a bit, but
Yeah.
very like
Arbitrary. Yeah. I'm looking at the
yeah,
stats.
very
Yeah.
arbitrary. It's about eight
Yeah.
percent.
What
ROAS has
about the
improved
CPC?
17%.
What about
CPC
CPC?
has
Yeah.
has declined a bit, but again, not
Good.
huge. Like
Yep.
there's really like it's like we're not testing anything at all.
Interesting.
I guess the only thing that
Mm.
jumped huge is the click-through rate
Mm.
because there's like a massive increase in the click-through rate. I think about, where is
Mm.
that? Oh, it's not included. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
it's
that's okay. So the click through rate improved, which
it
means
has
so for the same amount of money, did we get more clicks then? No, it would
more
have been the same.
clicks, less impressions.
Yeah. Okay.
Clicks has increased by I think 7%, but impression has decreased by about 30 something percent. But for context, this
Yeah.
account is an e-commerce account.
Yeah.
So they are kind of like
Yeah.
selling different branded terms. So on top of their
Yeah.
own
Okay.
brand, they're
Yeah.
also
There was other
selling other
things.
brands. So
Yeah.
interesting is that even if we do have that brand search campaign, that brand name is attracting the brands that they are selling. After I turn on the brand inclusion,
Yes.
those other
Mm.
brand that are
Mm.
getting attracted before are wiped out.
What?
Reason
So
why,
that's very interesting. Wait, hang
yeah,
on. So does that mean that when you're talking about brand inclusion or brand exclusion? Brand inclusion, you're saying?
inclusion. I only added brand inclusion. So I only, you select
Yeah.
brand inclusion and then you add your website.
Yes.
And then
So in
it
theory, it shouldn't have
somehow,
excluded anything.
yeah, in a sense, but that's what I've
That's what you saw.
noticed.
I feel you.
Yeah, that's what I
That's what
saw.
you saw instantly. So it's definitely a correlation there. But in theory, that's
Mm-hmm.
not what you asked it to do, right?
Yeah, true,
Yeah. Okay.
true.
So that's how the impressions went down and the CTR went up because now there's other
Yes.
brands on there. Okay. Cool. Got it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I've got my
Yeah.
view on it as well. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
have any more view on this.
I'll just continue testing it.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
much from my end. I just think, again, there's just 30 days into it, no dramatic improvement. Have not heard any complaints from the client, like them
It's just
seeing an
junk
ad
coming through.
copy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah, what
Yeah.
is this ad copy we did not approve? So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I
I'll
mean,
keep you posted.
yeah, I mean, we tested for AR Max on a services brand in services business in USA, and that that CPC went from 2025 to 40 something cost per click, which is extremely high
Okay.
for this
Yeah,
brand.
it is.
However, its conversion rate has gone up by a lot, so it's worked
Oh.
out. So it's worked out because
Yeah.
we put AR Max in, and Lorena's handling it, and I mean, this is a mature account. We have a pretty deep negative list on it.
I see.
And the search terms are coming really good, like very very clean. So that's
That's good to know.
surprisingly, because last time we did test it for Australian services business was complete junk. Yeah, you know the
I
search term was
see.
complete junk, even if it was a mature negative list.
Mm-hmm.
So that
And
was
did you
horrible.
just like tick it on, like
Yeah,
turn it
ticked
on,
it
not
on.
experiment? Yeah.
No
Okay.
ad copy experimentation, no URL expansion, no brand inclusion exclusion. It was for service keywords. So then so
Nice.
yesterday or 2 days ago, I audited an account, and this person's been coming back and forth, deciding who to go with. And we saw it 3-4 months ago when they were on CPC about $22, and they had a lot of bad search terms coming in, and then
Yeah.
I told him, I said, go back to the agency, go ask them if they can, clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they did, but right now they've put it, I believe it's around AR Max and bidding strategies. CPC has gone up to $141 a click from $15, so
Interesting.
10x it.
Yeah.
And that is disaster
Yeah.
for them because they're not converting anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
it's a true
just
disaster.
remember. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I also remember that I've also tested AI Max on a lead gen client, like
Yeah.
around April. So end of April, we turn it on. No inclusion, no
Yeah.
whatever. Just turn it on.
Yeah.
And then May results was great. Like it
Oh,
overall conversions are up by about 30%.
that's
And mind you that the conversion is like actual booking. We don't have
Yeah.
phone calls, we don't have
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Just actual booking, traffic went up. However, was it oh wait. I've got the dates wrong. Tested it April.
Yeah.
So compared to March, April
Right.
was great. But then interestingly, around May it
Yeah.
kind of went down a bit. So there's like an uptick and then it
We'll have
slowed
to
down
wait.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
And
have to
then
see if
now
that
in
happens to us.
June,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of like that. It's not bad, but it's
Right.
not as good as on what happened in April
Okay.
and tricky. And then the other interesting thing about that, we do have like this is a physio client, so we do have a couple of ad groups for physio location, and then we do have one ad group for like shockwave therapy because
Yeah.
they offer that.
Nice. Yeah.
That exact match, shockwave therapy, got a lot of clicks, but all of them are physio location.
So it was getting
Yeah.
something else. So it
Yeah, it
was
was getting
correlating
something else.
to the search term.
Yeah.
It was like expanded. Damn. So
Mm-hmm.
it's stealing from other
It's
things.
yeah. So we don't know how to respond to it because conversion went up. And interestingly, the ad for shockwave therapy is for shockwave therapy,
Yeah.
but the key terms we're getting are physio location.
Yeah.
But people
Okay.
are converting; they are booking. So
I think we have to leave it. I think it was. I think we have to leave it. I think we have to leave it until it stops working. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
true,
I think
true.
just ride the luck for a little bit longer. I think. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. I'll keep you posted, but
Yeah.
that's
That's
on.
for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
3 attribution shifts that changed this week. That's one of yours as well.
Yeah. This is something that I just got from like an article because
Okay.
they were saying that there's going to be like an update in Google Attribution, which could, definitely affect the performance of our paid
Yeah.
search campaign.
I saw
And
it. There was something about qualified future conversions too.
yeah.
Yeah, QFC. Yeah. So maybe this is not related to what you were talking about, but yeah.
Could
So
be.
they want to make Google's conversion a bit like Facebook, where it kind of pulls in everything and claims it to be their own. I think that's the
True.
name of the game. Yeah. So
Yeah. But,
Cool.
I could be just worth letting the viewers know about this because they might see some changes in their performance and could be worth, making sure that they have tracking in place and everything is
third
just
party, you're
updated.
saying? I'm not for that though. I hear what you're saying, but like for small businesses that SMEs that we work for, I feel like they don't really want to have the conversation about bringing us third party
Yeah,
tracking.
I
and all that.
agree.
Yeah, I think they're kind of living with the fact that it's not going to be 100%.
I
Yeah.
agree. And it's going to be like more work for them to, like, they
for
need
sure.
resources to,
That's right.
to
For sure.
implement. Yeah.
Yeah, for the coders and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to touch on GMC. I mean, that's the headlines there. I mean, there's some automation that's going to be around that. Is that right?
Yeah. I just saw like an update from like one of
Yeah.
the marketing lives that,
Yeah.
one person commented that, they got that turned on and it's like making updates to the products and they're just like, just make sure it's turned off before Google just edits your feed.
Yeah, this is going to get worse before it gets better. That's how I feel.
True.
Because
True.
GMC is an area they're really hammering with the AI stuff right now. Putting
Right
stuff
now,
on
yeah.
the website. They're mucking around with like dynamically changing your prices based on website. They are playing around with the titles. They are like enabling and disabling things based on what they see on the website, where they correspond to GMC.
I agree.
They try to dynamically get you prices of your competitors, so you can lower it. You can set rules around that. It's gonna get worse before they kind of put the guardrails in. That's what I think.
Yeah, and they're also launching like AI Max on shopping.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's exactly
so-
right. So they fully want it
Yeah.
in there. But the next one I'm very excited about, which is I don't know who else excited about it, but I am, which is the lead management dashboard. I've seen it. I saw it because that's CRM game.
Yeah,
which
it is. It's,
Google's said that they're never going to be in, but they are in it now. So because they can
They
do a great
are.
job at it.
yeah,
Because they integrate together, because they already have the lead form. Why we're sending all the way to the like Google Sheets and API game
Sheets. Yeah,
when like small business, that's all they need, just a table.
exactly.
And I know that I used to buy domains and websites and stuff from Google, but I don't do it anymore because they don't have it. They move their business to Squarespace. But I used to think that shouldn't email game be part of this as well, like
True.
confirmation
It's-
email, when a lead form comes in.
Yeah, it's gonna be game changer. It would definitely affect like other like CRM businesses out there. Yeah,
Huge, should be huge. Because if
Yeah,
you think about
huge,
it, like
huge.
before vibe coding was a thing, like if you can have a successful kind of app that integrates, like what's stopping Google from doing it? Like the
agree.
the nano banana stuff, the graphic stuff.
Yeah.
You can play your games around, we're gonna make graphics, and Google just does it for you inside Google.
Yeah, and I'm just surprised it took them this long
It's a decision. It was a
to
decision.
come
yeah.
to that.
Yeah. I think it was one of those things that they always had, and they just go, we're not going to do that. Like, you know how some Google Ads people, they do SEO, but they don't want to piss off the
Yeah.
SEO partners, so they go, we don't
True.
do SEO, but they do SEO.
Makes sense.
You know, so it's probably one of these things where they didn't want to piss off HubSpot and all that until they're fully ready. And they're probably ready now. So I look forward to it because I'm all about integrating.
True.
I'm all about integrate. I don't want to set up thank you pages. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like talk about the pixel where the GTM's being stored. Like
there's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of noise. Yeah.
And has Google ever revealed like the lead names and all that? Because it reveals it now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I don't think it ever has revealed the lead names before. It's the first time.
But excited about this one. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. What do you got? What else you got? Just a Microsoft one, I think.
Just Microsoft UTM auto tagging system because it's as per. I mean, in our experiences, it's like a bit chaotic in GA4 sometimes if you've not set up the UTM properly. So
for the
kind of like
platforms.
fixing it.
Yeah. I agree. Cool. So for me, I've got AI mode. So this is a bit confusing, right? So now they're saying, and I'm reading all the posts and everything, that they're saying that the AI mode that has ads and all that, has to be in our AI Max campaigns and discovery campaigns with AI mode turned on inside our campaigns. That's the way to get it in there. So, I mean, I'm just looking at the very first post. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll share my screen.
It's okay.
Share my screen. Let me know if you see this coming up.
Yep. Can see it.
So this is the ad. They're starting to show you in AI mode in Google AI mode. So I think that they're kind of forcing our hand to make sure that we are turning AI Max on in the campaigns, right?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on this
they're
one?
gonna use the FOMO on this one because well, first thought is like it's a bit, it's not really like bottom of funnel. It's
No, it's not.
Yeah. So
That's true because it's a theme. It's a search theme.
it's a search theme. So I was just thinking like the intent around that. It's probably great for a little bit of awareness and then maybe warming up the audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just, when I read about it, I just like, okay, Google's just really pushing us to go AI Max, P
They
Max.
have to. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise people won't see our ads in the AI mode. So like fear of missing out kind of stuff.
For sure, because they own the platform and they're going to be able to push us for the FOMO angle. Yeah, definitely. As an experiment, I'm not big on these. I'm not doing enough experiments on PMax because it changes too quickly. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing too many things, and I don't think we're going to be able to grab that attention anyway. Audience exclusion on Meta. So moving on to Meta, audience exclusion on Meta. That's a huge one. They moved it from wherever they were to the top of the selector now.
Yeah.
Not all of our accounts have it, and I think they really try to go back to the top funnel, bottom funnel thing. Like they want to make it easier for marketers to do those kind of campaigns, like awareness campaign, and then the whole sales campaign, excluding the warm audience or targeting the warm audience. So that's something that I'm pretty keen to test.
Is it easier to spot now? Like, because before it's a little bit of like still not.
Nah, it's not. They're making more and more confusing, and I don't know who's making these decisions, but I heard another very experienced marketer said if they keep doing that, that means they try to hide us soon. They try to make it disappear. And I haven't been there for 20 years like the person who told me this, but I've been around for 7 years, and this week 7 years for Digital Goliath, by the way.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So you've been around for a lot longer than I have, but yeah. So yeah, it's 7 years. This one's not that interesting. This one's more talking about how they're changing the CTA without telling you. Push delivery to this ad. This is good. This is going to have some bro science behind it. You know how we have like 20 different ads, and then the Meta delivers wherever it delivers to if they create the same asset. So this option, which is not available for all accounts yet, is going to kind of push it. So you can be like, oh, I'm testing a cat video with the red banner, and they're going to be able to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Does that mean like all the budget will go into that, or?
I think it'll prefer it. It'll
Prefer
start
it.
like ramping
Oh,
it,
okay.
towards that thing,
Yeah.
which is gonna be good.
Okay.
So, and it came from John
So,
Luma, so it's real.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I like that
Interesting.
guy. I
Okay.
like that guy a lot.
I
And this
think
is
the
yeah. Sorry, you go.
equivalent of that,
Yeah.
in Google Ads could be optimize your ads to like, I forgot the exact term, like to
Mm.
better perform it, because there's like rotate your ads indefinitely, and then
That
the
one,
other one
yes,
is
yeah. No, the other one is the other one is don't
I
rotate your
forgot.
ads.
Yeah, don't rotate.
That's different though, babe. That's different.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like saying like whatever it's doing, like just go one
yeah.
to one. Yeah. So no, this one's
Mm.
better. This one's better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
your
It's
one.
because
Yeah.
it's gonna favor the the,
Yeah.
the better performer. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. That's a theory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a theory. It's
Mm-hmm.
good that they give us some buttons back, because they take so many
Yeah.
buttons away from us, and we'd be like, oh, we can't. We feel like inadequate because we don't get to
Mm-hmm.
do as much in there anymore.
I agree.
This one I was pretty pumped about, Google Business Profile in Gemini, until it turns out that in Australia, that you can only do it for your school and work accounts, like it's not for business yet. But this is going to be
Oh,
huge.
really?
Yeah, this is going to be huge. Google Business Profile in Gemini? Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, I'm telling you.
Gemini recommendation. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, they're kind of like
Yeah.
yeah, just covering everything.
Yeah, because I've started Gemini's what's that pathway? Gemini Studio, Gemini Automation game this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been doing a lot of AI and talking to a lot of people with AI. They said start with the base that you use. So in Microsoft, use Copilot. If in Google, which we are,
Copilot.
use Gemini.
Gemini.
So we're going to do some more of that, and Gemini is going to be more pervasive, I think, across everything that we're going to be doing. Yeah. The last one for me is the ChatGPT Ads. So we did get access this week. I can't remember if I told you no. Yeah, we
Nice.
got access. Yeah, we signed up. We straight away sent an email to all the clients and say, hey, man, we got access. We're Australia, we got access, and a lot of people was pretty keen. They're like, yeah, sign us up. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're gonna do it, and we're gonna talk about it. I think. Yeah.
Do they have like minimum budget
no minimum
requirement?
budget anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
Okay,
anymore.
okay.
They need to verify your ABN and credit cards is mandatory, and no
see.
MCC yet.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
you have to be added
Yeah.
as a person. So they have to create the business, like clients have to create their own account,
Okay.
GPT Ads, and then they add you as a user or a manager or admin.
Okay.
No MCC.
So you
umbrella yet.
cannot. Okay. All right. So you have like access to each
Yeah.
instead of just like connecting it into like one umbrella. Okay.
Yeah, like two
Interesting.
umbrellas connected with each other, like my business and their business. No, nothing like that.
Okay.
It'll eventually become like that because I think that's some type of model that works because, we've got the Facebook does that, Google does that, TikTok does that, LinkedIn does that, Pinterest does that. So it must be the same, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to keep you posted. I'm excited about this one. They said everyone's saying it's very expensive. We're going to test it for Digital Goliath ourselves.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do some local ads and Ralph's going to do it.
Nice.
So he's
Okay.
in good
Keep me
hands.
posted.
So we're in good hands.
Excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's all we have for this week as well. Anything else from your end?
Nothing. That's just it. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right,
Okay.
well, this
Yeah,
week
nice.
our aim is getting this downloaded and released like ASAP, because it's like newsworthy.
okay.
You know what I mean? Because this is
yeah.
the third time we've done it. The first time it took like a week and a half. Second time it took a week. This time, like the kids are ready. They gotta download it as soon as I press stop recording. They're gonna give it to you. So you can put it on your sheet
Okay.
as well,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna put the
Nice.
thumb and we're gonna get it out onto YouTube.
Wow. Great. That's nice.
Amazing. Well, I think that's it. I think we'll the system's more organized now. I think you're giving me the
I
stuff we
agree.
want to talk about. We are organizing the back end as well. So yeah, but we'll catch up
Nice.
again in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks,
Sounds
Jeremy.
good. All right. So Francis, tell him your LinkedIn again, and I'll tell him my website in case someone's listening.
Yeah, sure. If you're interested to potentially looking into working with me, just reach out in LinkedIn. Just look for PPC Francis and drop me a message or something. I'll be happy to respond.
I vouch
to you.
for it. She's the best PPC person
you.
I've ever worked with. transform the
Thank
way
you.
my business works and the people that's
Yeah.
working with me. Yeah,
Thank
amazing.
you.
And if Francis doesn't want to take you on, give me a message. I might take a look at your business.
Yeah.
It's find me on LinkedIn as well, Jeremy Yang, the online ads guy, or at digitalgoliath.com.au. All right, thanks guys.
Nice.
Episode.
Thank
All right.
you. Bye.
Bye. Hey, what's up? Jeremy Yang, the online ads guy here, owner of Digital Goliath Marketing. If you found whatever you're watching helpful, you found it interesting, like, subscribe, comment, suggest other topics you think we should cover here. We've aimed to release weekly episodes, helping SMEs with marketing, advertising, talking to professionals about growth, processes, all that good stuff. All right, see you on the next one.